Well, in the farm tractor world, collectors very often want to have a tractor that their dad farmed with. And John Mason of Illinois, you don't have the tractor your dad farmed with, but you got the right brand, don't you?
I got the right brand, yes. It's a Massey Model 10, which looks just like a 1100 Massey.
And that's what your dad farmed with?
Yes, yes. He had it and a Massey 35.
So tell us just a little bit about the Model 10 Massey Ferguson. When was it built and what do you think it was good for?
Well, it was built in 1967. They produced several different variations of Masseys. They had a tiller to go on the back of them, and I believe they had a blade to go on them, and then of course the lawn cart. And I run across this in 2011 and then rebuilt it, and I've had a lot of people, you know, looking at it and really fond of it, besides me.
What kind of shape was it in when you got a hold of it?
It wasn't that bad. The tires was flat on it, and the tin work was excellent. I mean, the paint was faded, you know, on the stickers. We put on the stickers on it and repainted it, and the motor wasn't real strong. Of course, we overhauled it, and it runs fantastic.
Tell us about that engine. How powerful, and who built it?
Well, the company built it, and we hooked a plow on the back of it 3 years ago, and plowed a guy's garden with it before we ever painted it and everything. And at that point, I figured out the motor wasn't that strong because it started smoking and doing bad, you know. But yeah, it's got plenty of power, a lot of power.
And the 10 indicates that it's a 10 horsepower. How much is original on this, and how much have you made maybe some little changes, modifications?
Well, the front weights are add-on. I just thought, well, you know, most of your bigger tractors got front weights on them, so I'd do that. As you see, it's got hubcaps on them, which I purchased them last year, and I just wanted to make it my tractor. They come from Miller Tire in Ohio. That was my own deal. I just decided I wanted to put them on there, and then I bought the trailer last year, put new tires on it, and put the hubcaps on it. Some people like it, some people don't, but I do.
And tell us about that trailer. Is that an original Massey?
Yes, it is. I purchased it, like I said, last year here, and it was all original. Had the original Massey stickers on it, everything, and I took it home, sandblasted it, and redone it, and this is the first year I've had it down here. The exhaust is different. They didn't come out with that, but I wanted one that stuck up above the hood and make it look like a tractor. Now the seat is original. That is the original seat that Massey put on them in 1967 that distinguished that was an aluminum dash.
And tell us about that aluminum dash.
Well, they decided in '67 when Massey decided, well, we're going to build this tractor, they come out with aluminum dash. Also, the nose cone is aluminum. Well, after 6 months later, they said, well, this is too expensive. So they went to plastic. And plastic is not as heavy duty as that aluminum is.
So this tractor really is pretty rare the way it's constructed.
Yes, it is. I mean, to me, I've read articles on it, you know, and they said, you know, because it was only made for 6 months, that it's very sought after. I mean, I know there's several that I've seen over the years since I've restored this one. In fact, there's one here today, but most of them is plastic. So I've had a lot of comments on it. People walk up like yesterday and they peck on that dash. And they say, well, that's aluminum. And then they grin and they say, we know what you're talking about. So I've had a lot of lookers on it, and I've had a lot of fun showing it.
What is it about collecting garden tractors that you enjoy?
Well, it's just you know, you set up at a show and people walk by and they're just amazed that they're still running, you know, and it makes you feel great that you can take an older tractor and bring it back to life and not take it to the junkyard. And that's what I enjoy. In 2010, my neighbors, they called me up and said, we got to start buying some antique tractors, garden tractors. And I said, what for? He said, to restore. And I thought, you guys are crazy, you know. But they're here today. They've got 19 of them. You know, I mean, their name is everywhere. G&W, Antique Lawn and Garden Tractors. We've come a long way since 2009.
Now, there's no doubt Massey Ferguson built some really good farm tractors. Do you think back in 1967 they built a pretty good garden tractor in the 10?
Yes, they did. They detailed. I mean, you look at a lot of your garden tractors, they don't look like a tractor to me. You know, I mean, they do, but Massey Ferguson made the 1100, the 1130, 1150. They designed this to make it look like a tractor, and that's the reason I wanted it.
All right, John Mason of Illinois, he's pretty proud of his Massey Ferguson 10 that is very rare. Thank you for catching Classic Tractor Fever. We've got more Massey to share, so be sure to check out these other great stories. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep more Classic Tractor Fever rolling.